Elevator etiquettes. So in in the last we can discuss about internet email, how it can work, how can you there, how can you work, how are the etiquette existing in email, how to respond your mail message email and others. Elevator etiquette. Elevator equity are the unwritten rules that one should abide in the elevator, especially with other people riding it with you. A general rule of elevating etiquities. Allow the people in elevator to text first before entering. Hold the door for people approaching or exiting the elevator. Do not urinate, fart, burp, or pick your nose in the lift. Do not invade other people's personal space. Do not jump in the lift. Do not push the people. If you are needed to leave the car, say excuse me. These are the general etiquette rules. Apart from these, the 7 rules etiquette equities. Elevator etiquities. Follow the 2 flight rule. These rules actually instead you stay out of the elevator if you are going favor than 2 floors up or down. Why you may get some dirty look from colleagues and fellow passenger if you are adding an extra 20 seconds to their commute or if they have to stop at every other floor. Of course, there are exception to the rules. The elders, partners, parents with the strollers, those with disabilities, etc. Holding the door when, how, and if you should do it. Many people are of the mind that you should simply let fate decide. If the person scrambling towards the elevator it meant to catch that ride, they will. If not, there's always the next one. Elevator are always a matter of timing, and general consensus seems to be that there is no general consensus or universal rule for this particular scenario. Keep proxemics in the mind when positioning yourself in an elevator. Proxemics Proxemics is the study of human behavior as it relates to public and private space. In short, proxemics entails how most humans view public, personal, and intimate space in regarding so comfort, priority, property, and efficiency. Men traditionally follow the urinal theory of proxemics already, which include best practice for how to pick the urinal if some or more are already occupied. Evaluator benefit from the same kind considering and practice. Always face the elevator door. If you are entering crowd elevator with 3 or more rider, it's always best to face the door. Entering the elevator and starting into the face of someone else can be uncomfortable, awkward, and even creep. You are already in someone's personal space. Do not make it many worse by the initiating potentially unwanted eye contact. Minimal eye contact is standard. Sometimes you cannot help but make the little eye contact, and getting an elevator does not have to be completely awkward and detached experience. Brief eye contact and nod or Smile is usually well received by your fellow readers. So long as you turn your focus to something, anything else in elevator, once you are on board, this gives other to chance to enjoy the ride in peace without forcing them to engage in small talk or making anyone uncomfortable. Keep phone call private. What should be seem like common sense may actually take pointing out keeping your cell phone holstered in a pocket or sticking into text in common courtesy is enclosed space, particularly such small one as an elevator. If you are on a call with someone as you approach an elevator, tell them you will call them right back. Similarly, if you receive a call in the elevator, you can answer and give them the same message or decline the next text back to back that you return their call ASPA. Not only it is good etiquette to keep your phone call private, but you would not any other rider by filling the small space with the sound of one-way conversation they do not ask to listen. How to exist when the elevator is full? When the elevator is packed, the two standing closest to the door should step out any requested stop to allow folks in the back to exist without requiring them to sequence and themselves out. It's not fun to get elbowed and it is certainly uncomfortable to wedge yourself up against people because they are not willing to move 2 feet out of the way. When you step out the elevator to make room for those leaving, be considerate and hold the door to make renty smooth. Practice. You get an elevator. Some of the practice you get an elevator. Wait for people to exist. This is important point. You might you might be in a hurry, but properly entering an elevator only take a few more seconds. That is much safer for everyone than rushing into the lift as soon as the door start to open. Entering an elevator the right way involves standing clear of the door, looking into the elevator to ensure way it is clear when the doors to open, waiting a moment to allow people to exist and elevator before you enter it. Pay attention to elevator direction. A bit of awareness goes a long way when you getting an elevator. Do not just look to see if someone need to get off before you enter. Look to see if this is the elevator for you. If you are trying to go up, it does not do much good to hope on the elevator going down. That will be only frustrate you and crowd the elevator unnecessary for downward trips. Use common sense when pressing button. Most people, even most children, know you should never just press a punch of button for floor that you do not need. That causes the elevator to stop on every floor, delaying the trip for all the passengers. Protect personal space. Even if an elevator is not especially crowded, personal space can be at the premium in this small location. Follow a common sense good manner to protect the personal space as much as possible everyone. Avoid bumping into people as much possible. If you are bump into someone, apologize immediately. Find a location in the lift where you can stand safely and then return and face the door that will be open to your floor. Message baggage and other items considerably. Be cognizant of how baggage or other item you are carrying or pushing might change personal space requirement. If you are carrying a suitcase, large backpack, backpack or pushing a stroller, for example, do not force your way onto an already crowded elevator. Simply wait for the next one. Keep noise down. A lot of design work goes into elevator, but that work is rarely about controlling acoustics. A few people talking loudly inside an elevator can mean a lot of noise in the small space, and that can be unpleasant or even overwhelming of some people. Plus, it is just rude. Speaking in quiet voice when you do not talk in a elevator, and try to avoid having cell phone discussion or using items that generate noise. If the children are with you, ask them not to play with loud toys or should while in the lift. Do not engage in appropriate activity. Yes, you you have probably seen it in the move, but elevator really are not the right location for romantic gesture. Some other thing you probably should not do in a lift, especially when other people are present, include smoking or whipping. Avoid opening a bottle, drinking or sipping from your travel mug the few seconds. All the issue with drinking apple to eat. Only use the emergency button in actual emergencies. This is another common sense measure, but it's an important one. It's only another example of elevator etiquette that television and movies get wrong a lot. You have likely seen many fictional character pressing the emergency stop button on an elevator to ensure privacy for the heated conversation. Do not rude with the close button. Elevator etiquette in the office building, at the airport, and in the high rise apartment buildings is essential to show courtesy to others. These 7 practice tips clarify some of the most frequently asked elevator etiquette questions. Okay, thank you, students. Well, hope you better understand about email and elevator etiquettes.